Pittsburgh Steelers, Russell Wilson. A lot of people hate on Russell Wilson. I think he's got a lot left in the tank. I mean, you looked at Denver, they weren't using him right. They told him, look, you're going to stand in this pocket and you're going to fire. And that's just not what Russell Wilson does. You got to get him going. You got to get some play action, some rollouts, some, long developing routes. And I mean, you saw it was when he had Cortland Sutton. He was doing his thing. He's in Pittsburgh. He's got a big physical receiver, George Pickens. They've got a good team, a lot better than the Broncos team was. They got a good coach, and I think that he will not return to form like he was in his prime, but he will definitely be a lot better than he was in Denver. Have him on the same tier as Jared Goff. Maybe even a little better than Jared Goff. Maybe just a tad better. Let's look at the rest of the roster here. You got Justin Fields as the backup. A lot of fans think Justin Fields should have been the starter. Well, he shouldn't have. You want to know why? Because he's not very good. I mean, this comes a point where you can't still trying to be developing him. I mean, he's still making rookie mistakes, taking bad sacks, fumbling. I mean, this is his fourth, fifth year. You got to be better than that, Justin. This is his fourth year in the league. And, yeah, maybe, a year behind Russ will help him, but I don't see him doing much this year. Kyle Allen, kind of a journeyman at this point. He's been on a lot of teams. Bills. Right? No, not Bills. Yeah, Bills. Panthers. Football team. The Texans. He's been around the block as a backup. Had that 1 year where he actually started a lot. And he's a third string quarterback. That's probably the best third string quarterback you're going to find, honestly. John Reese Plumlee, a rookie, probably doesn't make the team, but, Najee Harris. Honestly, I like Jalen Warren better, and I think Jalen Warren should be getting the majority of snaps. But Najee Harris is still, a big guy back there. I mean, 4 yards per carry isn't great. Definitely want Jalen Warren in there. He's a strong runner. And I saw what he did against my Seahawks. It wasn't pretty. He averaged 5 yards per carry, a whole yard more. Honestly, I think they should start him a lot better in the passing game. But, they'll both see a decent amount of snaps. Patterson, back here, he's going to handle returning, obviously. And we look at the returning, the new kickoff rules. I don't know if it's just because teams haven't adjusted to them yet, but they have created a lot of big returns. Seems like every time I checked, there was another 40, 50-yard return, setting someone up in great field position. And he is the best at doing that. So, he's going to be very valuable to this team. Michael P. Ryan might make the team, but probably won't do much. Receivers Pickens, we're talking about a big physical guy. He's got a quarterback now. I expect him to be pretty good this year. I mean, he is big. Plays a lot bigger than he actually is. 6'3", 200. If you ask me, I'd probably say he's like 6'4", 220. But, deep threat, he's very good. Van Jefferson, former Ram, didn't really work out there. Don't know if you really want him as your wide receiver 2. Maybe like a wide receiver 4 or 5, maybe. But Calvin Austin. Memphis, did he go? He did go to Memphis. I mean, you got a lot of these guys who weren't big on the numbers area last year, but you lost Deontay Johnson. James Washington, I don't know if he was on the team last year, but he's not this. It looks like he wasn't on the team last year, but hasn't been on the team in a few years, even. But, you got a lot of targets that need to get redirected. Roman Wilson, rookie out of Michigan, he's pretty solid. I mean, I could see him working up to like wide receiver 3 by the end of the year. Maybe wide receiver 2. Quez Watkins, fast. That is what he is. He is fast, and he'll probably be a good tool for Russell Wilson on like deep threats, screens. Quez Watkins is fast, and you should expect him to get some play time now, even though in his one touch, he fumbled. I don't know if he had one touch, but he fumbled. Des Fitzpatrick, North Carolina, Louisville. They had a different Fitzpatrick, I'm pretty sure. Taking to Tennessee, he didn't do a ton in Tennessee, but probably make the final roster. He's number 5, number 6. Scotty Miller, white receiver, is on Tampa Bay. Really kind of just like phased out pretty quickly. And yeah, he's fast too. Jacob Copeland, obviously known for his mom walking out of him when he committed to Florida. Spent 4 years at Florida, transferred to Maryland. Now he's on the Steelers. I don't think he'll make the final roster, but he could. And tight ends, Freiermuth, solid. Had a way better rookie year than he did. Or sophomore year than he did last year. And rookie year, 7 touchdowns, pretty good. But last year he only played 12 games. They're gonna want him to improve. He probably will. All these receivers will probably improve now that there's an actual quarterback back there. Darnell Washington, I loved him coming out of college. I loved him coming out of high school. I saw his high school tape when he was a senior, and his high school tape is something else. You guys got to see this. I saw it on him and Bijan. I saw Bijan's high school tape before he even committed to Texas. And I'm not a real big high school watcher or like paying attentioner, but a lot of people probably knew who Bijan was. He was a big recruit. And he's a freak out there. He was, and I followed him his entire college career. He wasn't the best tight end. There was a tight end, Eric Gilbert, who also committed to Georgia, who was ranked higher than him, but Eric Gilbert hasn't really done much in college. It's like he's at Nebraska. Nebraska's going to be pretty good, I think, this upcoming season. But Eric Gilbert was ranked the same or a little higher than Darnell Washington. See, he was number 1 tight end. It was actually a really good class. Eric Gilbert is number 10, and was like a 24. Gilbert was 10, and there's Bijan. Yeah, just a weird just telling you my history with Darnell Washington. I'm super high on him. He is a freak. He is 6'7", 260. Blocking is probably where they're going to use him most, but he can definitely catch if you need him to. Connor Hayward, probably not going to do a ton. Michael Pruitt, wasn't he a receiver at one point? I'm pretty sure Michael Pruitt was a receiver for a while. No, he was always a tight end, but he's pretty small height-wise for a tight end, so maybe he put on that weight. He's been around the league for a while. He's going on like his 10th year. So Jack Coletto, be real to you, know who this is. This is his first year. That's probably why. Dan Moore Jr. They won the 4th round a couple years ago. Don't know, but what I do know is Troy Fautanu from Washington is really good and will be pretty good. Isaac Suimalo. I don't know who that is either. Nate Herbig, I do know he's fine. It's not the worst. James Daniels, good. Broderick Jones, good. He will continue to be good. Well, I don't know if he was good, but he should be good. Took him with the 14th overall pick. Was he any good? No, started 11 games. Really, the only thing I do trust PFF for is offensive line grades, because I'm not watching offensive linemen. So it looks like he wasn't great, but he's young. He can improve. Defense, Ogunjobi, solid. Keanu Benton, solid. Montravius Adams, solid. Cam Hayward, good. DeMarvin Leal at Texas A&M, has he done a ton? Looks like he played good in the preseason game. So, there's KB. Kicks blocked. This guy's a stud. DeMarvin Leal. Do they also have Buddy Johnson? I think. Did they get Buddy Johnson too? No, the Texas A&M guy. DeMarvin Leal is cool, but I was definitely higher on Buddy Johnson. Buddy Johnson's on the Cowboys. TJ Watt. Arguably the best player in the entire league. Patrick Queen looked a lot better in Baltimore because that's what Mike McDonald does. He makes his linebackers look good. And, he wasn't bad, but he's not as good as, these numbers look. Landon Roberts, fine. Peyton Wilson, rookie. He go to NC State. Yeah, he looked very good in the preseason game. He did. I did watch some of that. Dante Jackson, he's on the Bills. He was on the Bills for a little bit. That's Carolina. They had a guy named Dante. They had a corner named Dante. The Bills did. I know they did. Maybe it was Dane Jackson. Dante Jackson, Dane Jackson. Similar. Dante Jackson's solid. Where are we? Highsmith, very underrated. Highsmith is very good. Sean Elliott, solid. Fitzpatrick, good. Probably one of the best safeties in the league still. Joey Porter Jr., a little overrated. He's still pretty good. And yeah, on to the records for the Steelers. Week 1 against the Falcons, they should win. Week 4 against the Colts. Give me the Colts. That's okay. That's all. That's the only ones we got to do. Looks like they're going 7-10. And real quick, let's just check in on Buddy Johnson. How's he doing? Hasn't really done anything ever, but he was awesome in college. He was absolutely awesome at Texas A&M. That's all I gotta say for this video.